With one of the most solid sets of defensive options in the game, Mei-Ling is a hero that is often overlooked but should never be ignored. Fantastic area deniability combined with a surprisingly strong one-on-one game makes her an option for any game type. Mei is a defensive hero whose ice abilities serve to slow down or completely impede enemy forces. While she can somewhat hold her own on the front line, she is far more effective in a flanking role when your team has the enemy distracted. In a one-on-one situation, she tends to hold her own surprisingly well, thanks to a self-heal and a weapon that at times feels like it never has to reload. Mei's weapon, the Endothermic Blaster, has two modes of fire. The primary firing mode is a stream of ice that slows down the opponent over time and causes 45 damage per second if your aim is true. You can completely freeze your opponent after roughly 1.5 seconds of constant impact. The range of her primary fire is very limited, but in small rooms and hallways it's nearly impossible to escape. The second mode of fire causes the blaster to shoot large icicles, albeit at a relatively low rate of fire, but these icicles cause great damage up close and give her an option at range. If you manage to freeze your opponent at close range, a single icicle shot to the head afterwards will almost always end up with a kill, with the key exception of tank heroes, as at close range the single headshot will hit for 150 damage. Mei's blaster also has an incredibly fast reload, granting her the ability to always be a part of the fight. One of the single strongest defensive options to be found in Overwatch is Mei's Cryo Freeze, which is essentially Mei's panic button. Mei is instantly encased in an impenetrable block of ice, healing herself over the course of 4 seconds for 150 health. She also has the option of cancelling the move at any time should need be. The skill has a hefty 12-second cooldown, so it cannot be abused. Mei is completely invulnerable during these 4 seconds, even from moves as direct as Reinhardt's Charge, or as damaging as D.Va's Self-Destruct. It is her ultimate trump card. The downside to this move is that Mei is a sitting duck as soon as the ice around her breaks away, making you an easy target for a sniper or fodder for any heroes waiting for you and the kill. Mei's defining skill, Ice Wall, is a very handy tool that can be used on both offense and defense. The wall she creates can be used to block incoming fire, close off a doorway, or to keep an enemy hero from escaping. While the wall is not invulnerable, it can take a surprising amount of damage before a portion of it fails, giving your team precious time to regroup or funneling the enemy into a kill zone. Ice Wall can completely dictate the flow of battle, denying enemy ultimates or quickly halting a sudden offensive push. Mei can even use the skill to reach higher ground by activating it right under her feet or those of another hero, granting access to areas that some heroes otherwise could never reach. If an enemy is trying to escape from a skirmish, the wall can be used to block off their escape route, leaving them at the mercy of your team. The wall can also be situated to be either horizontally or vertically oriented with regards to Mei's position by toggling it with the skill's button before activation. Mei's ultimate may not do a ton of damage, but what Blizzard lacks in strength, it makes up for in utility. Thrown like a grenade, Blizzard activates a wide area ice storm that causes 97 damage over the course of 5 seconds, but will freeze anyone caught within its area of effect in the same manner as Mei's blaster, leaving them as easy prey for your team. With good communication, Mei's ultimate is an absolute game changer, completely halting a major offensive or defensive effort, or denying a capture point for long enough for your team to regroup. Blizzard also has one of the fastest recharge rates for any ultimate in the game, earning a full passive charge in just 3 minutes 20 seconds. Getting used to the range you can throw your Blizzard drone can take a bit of time, as you can overthrow it pretty easily. With a good team and the right timing though, Blizzard is easily one of the most versatile ultimates in the game. Now, I didn't have access to the closed beta, so my overall experience with Overwatch is limited. But I very quickly found that Mei's skill set offers a surprisingly strong balance of both offense and defense. She lacks the offense of someone like Reaper or Tracer and the defense of a tank, but she finds herself somewhere right in the middle, and that makes her one of the most flexible heroes in the game. Underestimating her offensive capabilities is really easy to do, but her blaster can deal some serious damage to any offensive role hero. Her best options come when she's able to attack from the side while the rest of your team engages the enemy, allowing her to freeze an enemy or two before they know what's happening, or splitting up the enemy team using an ice wall to give the rest of your team fewer targets. It's also a good plan to have her team up with another offensive hero while in tight quarters, as she can slow down a single enemy to give her teammate the easy kill. She may not get the most kills in the match, but in the right hands, she can be a battlefield maestro with complete control over the tempo of the game. Her alternate fire may give her a bit of range, but the drop-off damage over time means Mei absolutely excels in tight quarters. She isn't useless in the open, but her options are far more limited. The most important aspect of Mei's game is definitely her ice wall. This move is great for closing off snipers or blocking off turrets while your team moves towards the objective. Also, in an average timed match, you can expect to be able to use Mei's ultimate 3 or 4 times, any of which could end up being an absolute game changer. There is certainly a bit of personal bias here, as Mei is by far my favorite hero to play as, but given time and practice, I believe that Mei can become an important part of any Overwatch team, no matter the mode or the map.